Welcome back to the show, boys.
What's up? What's up?
It's been a
Thank you. Welcome back.
hell yeah. It's been a real long and busy day.
Hell yeah.
Crazy.
Crazy.
It's Mike's busiest day. How you feel about it, man?
Tired. Freaking back hurts, man.
What was the what? What do you think the toughest part about today was, being that it was your most booked day? Because today was the first day that you actually knew at the beginning of the day that you were pretty much booked. You had like one opening,
Yeah.
and then you ended up getting that spot filled.
I don't know. I was shocked when I woke up this morning and saw that like my day was pretty much fully booked. I don't know. It felt great because I was kind of stressed about that all week too. Like I was like, damn, I want to show up on Saturday with some people. Just to show my work is paying off, and it came through and it worked.
Hell yeah. I remember my first book day on appointments, and that's why I thought it was a good idea. Obviously, aside from you starting kind of with us, in barbering in general, that you get onto appointments as soon as possible if you know that you're trying to be on appointments eventually. Yeah. If you have the luxury to do so, which in your case I think is only possible because you're coming from a full-time job and transitioning, and you're not just coming right off rip like I got to make money right now. Yeah. You would be more limited in that case because it was like you'd have to be at a walk-in shop getting as many as possible.
Yeah. That's a blessing in itself, you know what I mean? That I get to be able to have bookings instead of having to just do walk-ins all the time. So
Heck yeah, bro.
I'm grateful for it.
You did a great job too, first full day like that.
Yeah, you've come a long way, man. I seen your haircuts today, and everybody's pretty much happy with them. And usually, we got to come over there and maybe help you with this or that. But today it was kind of like a whole different person.
Thanks, bro.
Thanks, bro. And you even saw the guy who brought you like your first client in here ever.
Yeah.
One of my old time clients hadn't been in here in like, I think like a year or maybe something like that.
Yeah, I think so.
Because that was about that time frame. And then he saw you today like, yo, he didn't even recognize you because you were mad confident. And you were like, obviously in the chair doing your thing. And
that was great to see, like somebody recognizing that from day one to where I'm at now.
Yeah,
it was like, I don't know, it was just kind of crazy because he knew my first day how timid I was and how worried I was to cut somebody's hair.
Yeah, bro.
And now he's like, damn, bro, like you're doing pretty good now, So that felt great.
That's what it's all about, bro. Helping each other get there for sure. So I have an interesting thought. I mean, I guess it's not that interesting. It's just now that I'm thinking about saying it out loud, it's kind of obvious. But as adults, the barbershop is one of the few places that busy people who are being productive with their lives can feel like it was back in the day when you used to chill with your boys. Yeah. And just be like, let's say after school, you just link up with your boys from the neighborhood, and you have no specific plan or itinerary. You're just on the block hanging out, or like going to the park, playing basketball, and then you just hang out until it's time to go home, and tomorrow you do the same thing. Yep. We don't have that kind of hanging out anymore as adults, and it's so hard to sync schedules and get together and just have that. Just like girls need their girls' night out, whatever, for like working fathers or working men who are like trying to aspire to things and get out of different situations. They're so busy trying to grind and do that the barbershop is the only spot that they just get a taste of that. You know what I'm saying? And I think that's dope. I just thought about it in that perspective for a lot of people. Like there are people who prioritize hanging out with groups of friends too. Yeah. But some people don't have that luxury, especially when you're moving to a place that you're not from and you don't know people and you're mad busy working all the time, grinding. It's like, damn, bro, those people don't get to experience that anymore. So when they find a good shop that fits their vibe, it's like, damn, bro, I got a spot.
That's generally the vibe I get from everybody who comes in here too. Is like, this is the place to be. You know what I mean? It's great.
For real, bro.
And it makes me feel good because, you could be yourself just as, you working here as us. You know what I mean? At certain barbershops, it's different vibes, and you can just tell like it's okay. You can't joke like that with with these kind of people, and you gotta tone it down. But here you can be your complete self, and it's good for the clients and for us at the same time. So
because it's like you can be yourself and still be able to read the room and know that it's like, oh, okay, there's a lady in here, bro. Like there's children in here. You know what I mean? And know that you could still have fun and have a good time, but everybody pretty much understands the boundary. Yeah. And then when that's not the case, and you got the crazy clients, and you have the crazy
Yeah,
stories,
let loose.
you know what I'm saying? Use your own judgment. But yeah, I know what you mean, because at other shops that I've been to, not saying all of them, I've been to other shops that have that vibe, but I feel like it's becoming less common now because people are just generally less social, and their pressure is more on like keeping their. You heard that whistle?
I try to hold it in.
Oh shit! So people are generally less likely to. Stop! I heard it. I was trying to run it through though. I knew it. People are generally less likely to want to socialize or risk being judged like in a public way.
Yeah.
So they have to really feel comfortable to do that. And I'm glad that you got me way off track. I'm glad that we are, that we're able to accomplish that and still provide that, because I don't. You have to be in a bubble in some places, like, hey, let's whisper when we talk about this, which you still got to do sometimes.
Yeah. I'm just glad that we're able to read the room in that way. You know what I mean? Like, as being a smaller barbershop, we don't have to worry about people saying stuff out of line, because it's like everybody can kind of see what's going on. You know what I mean?
Although sometimes you do get that one wild card who's like, you got to be like, yo,
yeah,
chill.
Yeah.
Like, I can think of a couple people in the past. You remember when that kid came in and said something crazy? Were y'all both here?
Yeah, I was here.
That was
you went over and talked to him?
Yeah, because he was also like 12. It wasn't like a grown man doing it. Yeah. Do you remember that? Were you here?
I don't think so.
Yeah, it was interesting. It was a very bold entrance.
But also, we don't just touch people in the barbershop. I can attest to, people that work at EO, and they see our content, and that's kind of like an icebreaker.
Yeah.
To say something. Oh, I seen you.
Yeah.
And then you start having conversations that I don't know if you know who I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Now they're starting to ask, and
want to be involved in
exactly.
helping and supporting.
So it's good that it's reaching people that are outside the barbershop too.
Heck yeah.
Oh yeah, that's happened to me too. I was telling you about that I ran into somebody who recognized me from the podcast and from the content we're putting out, and it was just cool because then I found out that they were like doing stuff in that world as well. It was great.
Damn, I had another question along those lines. I can't remember what it is right now.
You got them in your notes.
My phone's recording the episode. Shout out to the iPhone, but most people don't believe that these episodes are recorded on the iPhone.
Yeah.
It's like, yeah, bro, it's pretty simple.
Somebody else asked me that too about what it's recorded on.
Damn, I can't remember that question. What was it? It was the idea of the hanging out with guys. And there was another good one I had too. Damn, I don't remember. But on another note, we were talking earlier in the week about how barbers not only cut hair, but inspire the confidence by doing so in a lot of people, right? Which is why you want to keep a fresh cut and do all that. So along those lines, I was thinking it's an interesting concept when I think about the idea of like what I consider to be a good barber in terms of overall, like as a person too, is a person who can go from that level when you first start with a client to starting to see you build that confidence within them beyond that haircut. You know what I mean? Like when you start building a personal relationship with people and you start seeing them develop in their own lives. Because, once you're at a certain stage of your life, time is like you're going really fast, but staying still. And next thing you know, like 3 years passes by really fast. And you're like, damn, you've been my client for 3 years?
Yep.
And you get to see how much they've developed in that time. And I appreciate when you know that you've helped or you feel that you've helped people through that time, and they actually attribute things to your help. You know what I mean? 100%. And that's a good feeling. So I feel like a good barber should be a person who strives to do that and not just be like, oh yeah, I just got you fresh, but like to build relationships and build that rapport and like,
Do you guys ever have people that like you've met them or you started cutting their hair when they had like they just met a girl and then like years down the road they're like, oh, I'm getting married to this person?
Yes.
Does that ever play on your mind? Like, damn, that's crazy. I've known you this long. Like your whole thing played out in front of me. Like,
yeah. I even have a client who disappointed me and he knows exactly who he is if he sees this clip, got engaged and didn't tell me. And I was like, damn, bro, after all we've been through.
I know that's how
you got engaged and didn't tell me, bro.
That's crazy.
I feel like we go back too far for this. That means I cut your hair for your engagement and proposal, and you didn't even tell me how serious of a moment this was.
I know. You probably could have done a better job too with the haircut, right? No, I'm not saying.
No, it's fucked up. Nah, I feel you though, man. It was just like, damn,
give him the
bro.
extra
And then you
spice.
know what's funny? I actually saw him today, and I was like, yo, something we were talking about something with married people. The conversation in the room was, and I was like, yeah, I mean, you might be married right now, but and I don't even know it. You know? And then he started chuckling. I was like, damn,
There's been a few, man.
yeah.
For me, it's like I built a relationship with them, and then from, like you said, from girlfriend to fiance to wife, and I just feel like I just grew with them. And then when they have these moments, there's no invite, and it's just like, man, I wanted to be there for all those moments. You know what I mean? Do you ever feel like that? Like it's like you.
I know what you mean, but but sometimes I feel like that's not the case with most clients. There's very few clients that I feel like really cross over into that like good friend.
But I get those vibes. You know, it's like when you get those vibes, but it's like as soon as you leave the barbershop, it's just like, I've even seen some, right, that they're cool in here.
Adamant about it.
I've even had some in here that's cool, and then you see them out in public, and you see them see you, and they'll dodge you, dog. What? Has that ever happened to you?
No.
Yeah, bro.
No, I'm
It's
just
happened
kidding.
to me.
I think that's happened to me before for real though. But I don't think that's very few. That's very few. Because you got to think a lot of people don't know how to be genuine. So they don't, maybe they feel like, oh, you're useful to me and I don't want to be genuine about how I feel, but I just, you know what I'm saying? But that's not most people. Most people go to their barber actually like their barber in some way.
Yeah.
Because you got to be with this dude for like, let's say up to an hour, maybe more.
Yeah.
Talk to them. Like if you don't know by the second or third cut that you're not trying to be around, unless you're just the type of person who's non-confrontational or you despise the idea of change so much that you're willing to go through that misery just because you don't want to have to find a new barber, you know? I wonder how many of those clients I have. Clients who don't even like me, but feel like they have no choice because of whatever reason in their mind. And I was like, I
think the reason why I feel that way is because I take the relationship with the client serious. You know, if we ever get to that level, you know, and I feel like
what level?
Like a level of like we trust each other with each other's personal life, like telling each other.
Most people, but no, that's where you get messed up. That's where you get messed up.
But then it seems like, right? It seems as you're at that level with this person. Right. And then when they do invite you, it kind of it separates. Okay, they do treat me like a regular person instead of just treating me like a pit stop or like I'm just coming here just to get a haircut. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, you're saying that's what you're looking for.
Yeah, that's what I'm wanting out of the relationship. And I feel like there's been some clients where I felt like we were on that level, and then it was like, oh, damn, I thought we was, you know what I'm saying? Like I thought we was. You know,
I feel you, but here's where I'll tell you. You're good, probably good. I'll double check it. I feel you, but here's the only thing that comes to mind right when you said that, and I jumped the gun, so my bad. But was everybody understands a barber as being like a therapist.
Yeah.
So people are naturally at a baseline level going to give you more information than they would give anybody else because of the anonymity, because they're your client and you're not related to their life and you have nothing to do with them and you seem down to earth. So it's like what they're supposed to do for a lot of people. So that isn't the automatic assumption all the time. And you have to go through that process of figuring out when you've crossed that line.
Right.
Like for me, I wouldn't assume that for plenty of like engagements, hanging out outside of work, and then, you know, it becoming a quote unquote more regular thing. Like, oh, we're going to do something. Oh, we're going to do something. You know what I mean? And it actually happens. Not like just an occasional, oh yeah, we did that one thing that one time. You know what I mean? Like just because I think that's a natural part. So I just would have like a higher discretionary level for that. I almost did the whistle again. Did you hear it? But do you get what I'm saying?
Yeah, I do.
That's the only part that I think of anyway. I'm passionate about it.
No, I mean,
but I feel you. I
don't have that level of clientele yet. You know what I mean? Where I'm building relationships and stuff like that. A couple of them, yeah. You know what I mean?
But now I feel like I know how to balance it. You know what I mean? Now I know how to not, I guess, have expectations.
Yeah.
You know, and just if it happens, it happens.
you
If it
gotta let it
doesn't,
flow,
doesn't.
yeah.
Yeah, I've learned, just being behind a chair. So I'm thankful for that.
I love that though about this career field, the fact that you get to know more about people like that, because y'all know how I am. I'm, for one, a very curious person, but also I like to know more about different people's perspectives. So it's like the fact that people are more willing sometimes, it's like, oh, cool. I'm glad that we can have this conversation now.
Walk through that door.
But it's also the barber's job if you want to be able to build those relationships and push those like beyond those base level barriers of communication. I would say for most people, you have to be willing to offer the opportunities in conversation and know how to, I guess, feel out the conversation. You have to be you have to learn to be a good conversationalist.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You have to learn to read tones and body language and, things that a lot of people just are completely oblivious to, seem like base level communication skills, but most people don't have that. So especially now, because everybody just, as soon as they get uncomfortable, they usually just go to their phone just to avoid an uncomfortable piece of eye contact with somebody. Like, it's like, oh my God, he might look me in my eyes.
Yep.
Shit is weird to me. Like, I understand the feeling. We've all had that feeling. But, bro, you have to connect with people. Like, you have to appreciate your time with people. You know what I'm saying?
Would you rather that or somebody just staring at you dead in the eyes while you're lining them up, though?
No. That's a different thing. I'm talking about in general.
No, yeah.
Like even if I'm sitting here waiting, for a lot of people, instead of maybe engaging in a conversation, unless directly asked a question, they're just going to look like they're on their phone or be scrolling because they'd rather do that
than avoid that conversation.
Yeah. Just for the base fear, which is most people, of feeling judged or embarrassed or anything like that. You know what I mean? So it's like, let me just avoid this whole thing and look at my phone because that's a socially acceptable thing to do.
Which I feel like in here, this is what we try to break people out of.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because like, I don't really typically see, I remember going to barbershops in the past, where if I'm getting my haircut with you, that the other barbers would start talking to me. You know what I mean? Like they would sit there and just do their own thing. You know what I mean? And you're just sitting here just waiting. You know what I mean? Here is like, we'll be cutting hair. Somebody's sitting here on their phone. And we're like, bro, where are you from? Like, what are you doing, bro? And then just start talking to them.
That's what we did today.
Yeah, and then they break out of it. You know what I mean? Then they open to the conversation. They join in on stuff. That's what we try to break out people out of here. You know what I mean?
I noticed that with my guy Justin. I don't know if you remember, the white dude got a bald fade. Anyways, or he does like hot tubs. I don't know if you heard.
Maybe not.
Anyways, but that's what I did with him. I realized that he was quiet.
Yeah.
The new guy that came in today. Yeah. We were talking about golf stuff.
Yeah.
Shout out Broad Stripes Golf Club, Summerfield, Florida.
Shout out.
But I realized, I read the room, right? When he came in, he seemed real timid and quiet.
Yeah.
There was hip hop on. It would kind of look like it wasn't his scene. So I initiated the conversation while he was sitting here. Because I already knew a lot about my client that I was cutting. So I shifted it to him. So by the time he got into my chair, we was already
open communication,
right?
Yeah.
And then come to find out, he's going to the same school that I'm going to. He's in the golf. He was letting me know where to get certain things, and it just
he goes to Full Sail.
Yeah, online. He just moved here from New York, upstate New York.
Damn, that's crazy. Yeah. It's crazy.
So
that's happened, and that was multiple times today. You know what I mean? There was a bunch of people in this chair that you started talking to. Everybody.
Well, that's what we're supposed to do. Like that's what it should be like, because that automatically makes people. Well, for one, that shouldn't just be a barbershop thing.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? That should be a thing. Like I feel like I'm part of a last generation that remembers going out in public and seeing strangers interact on a regular basis.
Yeah.
As opposed to only talking to someone you have a very specific purpose for talking to. Like you're a clerk or you're the person taking my order. Otherwise, maybe even not, because I may just order on an app. I may not even talk to a person to order anymore. So like that social skill, it's like the movie Idiocracy, bro. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like I'm not going to say that that's my vision for the future. I don't think so, but I just mean in the concept.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like
it's true.
The fact that because people are not having to engage anymore, the things that make you not want to engage, it's harder to overcome. You know what I'm saying? Because they don't have to practice it. As a kid, you had to talk to strangers.
Yeah. And it's hard to break out of that because they're so used to not talking to anybody.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's That's number one. I think what we do here is like, you got to come in here talking. We need to know some stuff about you.
And if you don't, I'm not gonna stop asking you. Like I'm gonna like, and if you don't like that, you're just not gonna come back.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I mean, and the people there's quiet people who do come back, and they are quiet people, but they still enjoy the engagement.
Oh, yeah.
They're still involved. You know what I mean?
I've definitely seen people come back 2-3 times, and like by the 4th time, that's when you really see what they're starting to talk to be like and stuff like that. You know,
They say that one joke, and you're like, "Whoa, okay,
Where'd that come
Shell is
from?
cracked, baby. All right, he's out here. He's him true self now." But I love that, man. That's always been the goal, right? And like I said, I want that to be the case everywhere.
Yeah.
It's just you have to create a space for it so that people can then feel comfortable. Like, why am I always trying to act like this in front of people? Why do I feel so good when I go here and I'm with this energy? Is it because you're letting yourself loose? You're having a good time. You're not worried about everything that you don't need to be worried about. So then you become more comfortable with the idea of.
And it's crazy that everything that we're talking about has happened. A lot of it has happened today. Like there was one scenario where I was trying to like stir the pot, and the people in the chairs were not. We were vibing with it, but the people in the chairs were not. But I was still getting the vibe like they didn't mind. They just didn't want to interact. They didn't want to say anything, but they
were
enjoyed
entertained.
they were enjoyed how like comfortable we were. You know, and that's enough. I feel like that's enough. You know, because you don't get that everywhere.
Yeah, I love that, man. I think we do a good job at it. Quick question: what is your favorite clipper and what's your favorite trimmer? Jimmy first.
Ooh, my favorite clipper are the JRLs.
Okay. They only have one clipper? Or is it like a...
I don't even know.
I'm guessing everyone who's going to think of those JRLs.
Yeah, they're like the bevel shaped. They're like round body. And then the
Onyx you're talking about, right? The JRL Onyx.
Is that what it's called?
Yeah.
The black and white ones?
They're the same one. They're just different colors.
Yeah.
I think that's what most people...
Okay.
They're called Onyx. That's the name of
the Onyx.
Okay.
The Onyx series.
And then the Boost trimmers.
Babyliss skeleton boost. Yeah.
The gold ones.
I would say the same for the trimmer, but...
With the rubber black grip.
That specific.
Yeah, it gotta be, man. He's gotta be.
I'm okay without it, but I definitely prefer it. The grip.
Oh, you like the rubber grip, right?
I prefer it, but if I have to get one without it, it's like, all right, whatever. Yeah. But the Magic Clips, gold 5-star Magic Clips are my favorite clipper, and the Babyliss Skeleton Pro Boost are my favorite trimmer. What about you?
I can't, it's hard for me to be original because I don't have that much. So it's
that's right, because you have more limited experience with the clippers. But based on what you do, I guess.
You do have you got the JRLs.
The Onyx, yeah. I was going to say those are my favorite
and then
so far.
The Babyliss, the red ones that you had before.
Yes, but I'm going to go with what you just said as far as trimmers go, because when I used yours today, I felt like I need to upgrade. You know what I mean?
Those are good, bro. I love those.
Oh, the black ones?
Yeah.
Yeah, those are nice.
Thank you.
Yeah. So
But
I gotta get you some.
the gold Magic Clips and the JRLs are like neck and neck. It just depends on the hair texture for me.
Easy choice.
So it's like this.
Easy choice.
So question, if we go, which I'm planning on it, to the Connecticut Barber Expo,
Okay.
what would each of you want to get, as of right now at least, what's something that you would want to either accomplish or work on in that setting by being in that environment or experience, I guess you could say?
Ooh, good question. I think I would do, if I'm answering this right, like the barber battle.
Okay, yeah.
I would like to. I like that environment. I feel like because that's what I have to offer. I don't really have like a business savvy mindset like you do, and like how you said you want to have this and this done before you go, so you have something to pitch. I don't really have that mindset, but I'm with you on that, and it's a good idea.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying. So I'm on board with it. But all of that I do have to offer right now, and up until that point, is the competitiveness, and that's what I would bring.
So if you're gonna do that, what would you do for a category? Like what category would you want to do? Haircut, a fade, and beard? I'm guessing.
I think comb over fade.
Wait.
Comb over what?
My bad. I was gonna say that means you have to bring a client.
Either that or
you could find somebody there, right?
over there.
Would you? Ooh, that'd be crazy, but that'd be fun.
I think I would easily find somebody.
But isn't like the common culture of barber battles that you kind of are you familiar with this person's hair, so you could do an even better job in a competition?
Yeah, because
you would just be taking that
confident.
Yeah, the battles that I've been in, I brought my own, so I knew
pre-cut 4 days before.
But
yeah, yeah.
But,
I know the tricks
so
of the
it's
trade.
easy.
Yeah, like let me cut this 4 days before, so there's some stubble. It's not fresh, but it's already there.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
unless you know somebody up there that can get cut, like in your family.
Yeah,
I don't know.
I have a bunch of people up there that will go with us if that's the case. So
Yeah,
Bet.
we'll figure it
Trying to
out.
get free haircuts.
Yeah, we'll figure it out.
but
Oh yeah, for you.
Yeah, what I'm
not
looking-
that I forgot. It was just I was focused on that question. Oh yeah, what were you gonna say?
yeah, what was I gonna say?
Well, in your level, like in terms of your perspective in the game,
What I'm really excited for is like when we go is to get the content. You know what I mean? I feel like going around and just doing stuff as far as getting content for to post. That's what I'm most looking forward to. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Seeing the battles, reacting to stuff, walking around there. That's I feel like that's where the goal is in that situation. You know what I mean?
we might have to have an actual cameraman if we go. We might have to do that. Maybe. I'm not saying.
I'll see if I can find somebody in the area. You know what I mean?
Oh, I didn't even think about you having people. But then again, that probably wouldn't work.
Because then you would have to buy them a ticket.
No, not that. Well,
From here,
I
though,
assume
yeah,
that, but I'm talking about like at least somebody with some prior knowledge on the understanding of like how to film.
Well, that's what I'm saying. I have to see if I know somebody because I'm sure I do know somebody.
Yeah, I
like
don't
that,
trust
though.
people from Connecticut.
That sounds different.
I'm just playing, man. Shout out Connecticut. Heard y'all crazy up there. I want to see your hometown too, man. That'll be dope.
Yeah, man.
Because you're from Waterbury, right?
Yeah.
Did
It's
I say
not
it
nothing
right?
to look. It's not a grand thing to be excited to go see, bro.
It's like Ocala.
I know, but it's cool. I think.
I mean, I love it, but it's just
I feel you, but I like seeing where people are from.
don't go expecting like.
No,
to
I'm
see
not. I'm
something
not at all. It's Connecticut.
grand. Yeah.
Northeast America, I don't have anything like that, other than like nature stuff that I want to see, like
Yeah.
like camping in Maine and like stuff like that. But city stuff, I've been there, done that. I feel
Yeah,
like.
it's kind of like Gainesville. When you go to Gainesville,
Yeah.
that's what it kind of reminds me of. Yeah.
What was my question though? I just asked him a question. You just dodged it. No.
I dodged the question. I answered the content.
No, not that one. Damn it. Never mind. I'm off track. But anyway, I agree. I think the content is probably the most valuable part. But I was talking about the cameraman thing. I don't remember. Anyway.
You said you wanted somebody with experience, and I said I might know somebody. But then you said you don't trust people from Connecticut. And that's where that went.
I digress. Moving forward. But anyway, I mean, I'm pretty much good with that. Y'all got anything else they want to talk about?
I don't know.
Are we keeping the?
Oh, maybe I should say what I would want to get from it.
Yes.
Yeah, what were you gonna say?
See, I thought that's what I'm saying. I think I'm more like on your mindset only because I'm not trying to be in a bar battle, but I love that you want to because
That's
I don't
content.
want to.
And that's also
not,
content,
but
right?
not only that, but it's like obviously in a team with strength, the strengths are that you fill the gaps.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That obviously you have a good base level relationship and that ideally you both want slightly different things in the same manner so that you can support each other and then, work together like that. Like I don't want to do battles, but I like that you do because now we can help be your support. You can represent the shop.
Yeah.
You're putting on for Ocala because I'm sure, I don't know if anybody plans on going, but if they don't and they're not doing content, then at least in that way we're repping Ocala.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Sure.
So that's dope. And then I obviously thinking ahead of the business and being online and having to have a presence online, then I'm also thinking I want to get all that content.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, which is why the cameraman thing is, I think, would be ideal if we could afford it or find a situation like you were saying.
Yeah.
But, that's just up in the air. If we got to do it ourselves, we'll do it ourselves. We're not like we can't do it, but hopefully we'll be able to make that work and actually make it up there. But at least we have for the next, I don't know how many months away, 6 months.
Yeah,
we have a direction of like, okay, outside of our day-to-day grind, we have a move like that. You know what I'm saying? To help keep us focused in the right direction and at least make sure that between here and then, we're working on something.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yep.
So hopefully other people from Ocala show up too. We could all rep. You know what I'm saying?
That'd be
Come
dope.
up. But all right, boys. Well, I appreciate y'all doing the show today.
For sure.
Hell yeah.
bro.
Have a good
always.
weekend.
You too.
See y'all next week.